Going on, everybody? My name is Mike. This is Wall Street Traders, where we break down hot trending stocks to put you at advantage on the market. Yeah, so we're breaking down AMD, and we are up almost 3% for the day. The market's been open for almost 3 hours. I have my support and resistance lines already set. We are on the higher time frame, that being the daily time frame. We always apply multiple time frame analysis to figure out our trend, and I find also our support and resistance line, and etc. So let me go ahead and explain to you how we found these lines, and then we'll dive into where we're at and where I think we're headed. So this top line represents our major resistance line. If we looked left, like Beyonce says, where we start from over here, we can see that when we came up, we got rejected, pulled back down, pulled up, hit our resistance line again. We ultimately came up, pulled all the way back down to our major support line. We have about 6 or 7 candlesticks bouncing and reacting in this area, and then we ultimately bounced off this level, came up to our resistance again, pulled back down to the same exact area of our support line, back up to our resistance. We had trouble breaking past this area, but ultimately gapped up, and then we were riding. Once we break past resistance and it comes up and comes back down, it works as a floor and basically as support, and that's what it was doing before it went back down to its major support level. It was riding on top of here, working as support, bouncing off of this level, bouncing off this level. And then once it broke back down, like I said, once it breaks past that area, either on vice versa, if it breaks past the resistance, it's going to work as support. If it breaks past support and it comes back up, it's going to work as resistance. And if we look here, we can see that we pulled back down through that support level, came up, now worked as resistance, and knocked it back down to our major support line. As we can see, we looked left, the same thing was happening over here. We bounced up over here, pulled back down, double bottom retest, and we created these triple top over here now. So this is why we're pulling back. It's having trouble breaking past this minor resistance now. So there's different levels of support and resistance. You have your majors and then you have your minors. So right now it's creating this minor resistance in this area, so it's having trouble breaking past this level. So the safest entry to be getting right now, since we wanted to see this to come up, pull back, 50% retracement, create a higher low, and continue that trend higher once we can break past this resistance. But ultimately we did not do that. It came up, pulled back, came up, and then did not break past this prior resistance, and now we are pulling back. So the safer entry would be back down here at the 74.60. Have your stop loss set, or your mental stop loss, below these candlesticks over here, so that'd be below the $73 area. So your entry, like I said, would be at the 74.50 or 74.42, and then your stop loss below that. Give yourself some wiggle room just in case we have a candlestick wick peekaboo through that level and you don't get tagged out, and then ultimately it bounce off of that level and go higher. So you excuse me. So that way, if it does go higher, you'll be able to still be in the trade. If we do break past this minor resistance and we come back up to our major resistance, you would still want to wait for us to break past this major resistance, because a lot of times when we hit this level, we pull back all the way down to here. So if we can break past this major resistance at 87.15, we can come up and come back down and retest this floor. Have your stop loss on the opposite side. Like I said, your entry would be right here, and then your target would be back up at the previous highest point over here on the left, which would be at the 93. So back down here, if you were to get down here and have your stop loss down below that, your target would be back up here at these tops at the 83. So like I said, your entry would be 74.50, and then your target would be up here at the 83. So if you're swing trading or day trading or scalp trading, this may be different if you're going to break down to a smaller interval, but the entry would still be the same. So when you're getting into any stock, like I said, you need to have a trading plan, that being your entry, your target, and your stop loss, or that be a mental stop loss if you're swing trading or day trading. So like I said, we should wait until we have further confirmation of what direction we're actually headed in. But as of right now, with all these triple tops that we have here, more than likely we're going to be pulling back to our major support line. So that would be the safer entry to get in. Like I said, if we do end up breaking past this level, we would still want to wait and see if we can break past this resistance, and then have that safer entry on top of here once we can retest this support. So I hope that made sense, you guys. I try to make these as fast as possible and efficient as possible. And if you did, hit that like and subscribe button. And if you want me to break down a stock for you guys, put them in the comment box below, and I'll try to get to it on the following morning. But other than that, I hope you guys have a beautiful day and happy trading.